graphics. So the majority of the time when you get a graphic from Life Skateboards, you're going to get a basic graphic like this guy, just one of the prints, or like this guy, or you can pick the color ink that you'd like. But today I'm going to show you guys some examples of one of the collage options. If you select the collage and put Casper collage in the notes, I'm going to be just doing my thing on the graphic, which is fun for me. So we're going to start with Lillian's board here. She got a mid-twin from us at Life Skateboards, and she's gotten a few boards from us. I wanted to make sure this one was a little bit special. Give her a Casper collage. We're going to start off with the top graphic, because you can't get to the top graphic after you print the bottom. Let's pick a color here. All right, we'll go ahead and do red. I've already got one of those out. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Now we do this Lino block graphic application because we don't want to put any heat damage on the boards themselves. So this is just speedball Lino block printing ink. All right, we're going to be using this graphic right here. And remember, you guys are watching from a mirrored screen. So it is printed, it is carved backwards. Best way to get this on there, nice and clean, is a bunch of thin layers on it. All right. Place that down. Grab the hardware roller right here. Roll it. And because this is a twin, I'm going to print it all on the what would be the nose or tail. So we got that right there. Life graphic. Hi E-Man. My name's Casper. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. You're watching the graphic application process right now. There's someone. All right. Print this. And then we'll be done with the top graphic on this board here. All right, symmetrical top graphic. I'm gonna clean this up just a bit here. And that's good to go. Now, like I said, I am gonna be doing a collage on this graphic here for Lillian. I'm pulling out the 4-way life graphic for the first time in a while. This base doesn't have to be as solid as the actual print itself. This one's getting a lot of work put into it, so What is your task, my friend? If your task is buying a Life skateboard, I can help you with that. You can go to lifeskateboard.com and get exactly what you want. Ooh. And everybody, we got Tommy Steve Stuve in the chat there. Thanks for your medical advice this morning, my friend. I might end up talking about that here if I feel comfortable enough to talk about it, but probably unfortunately going to be having to take a little break from skating like I usually do for a while here. But the cool thing about that is skateboarding is always waiting. So. Hi there, Timothy. Thanks for popping in. Thank you, my friend. I love it. I'll skate until I can't anymore. That's why I'm going to be taking a small break while I handle some things. At least taking a small break from skating heavily. Still be able to probably safely skate locally here. But, all right, pull that off there. So here's what we're starting off with. Get some of that ink off my fingers. All right. These edges are going to be a little tricky. We're going to make it work. There we go, that fits better. Whoops. And hit a low spot there. And there we go. Like I said, this is just a base print. Then I'll be printing in white on top of it to make it pop. What's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions about boards, thank you. Which bull were you talking about? I do love skating bowls. Oh, the mini ramp. Yeah, that was the wall plant, let me think. 360 note, was it the 540 boneless? Because a lot of people think that one's a 360. It happens pretty fast. Unfortunately, that might be what was exacerbating my health issues, but we'll make sure I can get back to that. I was pretty stoked on the wall plant at the beginning of that line, because at that same park, I broke my leg on that trick. And I've been eyeing that gap for a while. They just built that railing. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna be real honest with you. 540s are easier to roll away from than a 360 as far as on a mini ramp, because you roll away from it regular. Now going downstairs and stuff, a 360 is obviously easier because you're rolling away regular again. Currently working on trying to get forward moving 540s downstairs and fun stuff like that. But looks like that progression might take a bit of a break here. I'll go ahead and, since there's not that many people on here, I'll go ahead and talk about what I'm dealing with. I started skating a lot more transition during COVID because we had access to a mini ramp in a barn. But so the other day I got home from skating, and for a couple of days it felt really weird to try a tray flip. Like I couldn't close my hip after I flicked. That hurt to do right there. I got home and I discovered I have an inguinal hernia. So I am not financially prepared to handle that at the moment, but it is going to become a priority. That means that I am probably going to have to miss the Stoke Run thing just for my own safety, but I am going to go ahead and wait until after the Life Bowl session so it doesn't interfere with that at all. But I definitely need to get that fixed. So you probably won't be seeing me skating as much until that happens, and then it'll be all right. It's 6 weeks recovery after I can schedule a surgery. But yeah, it'll be all right. I'll be fine. I've been through worst. Means that part of my what is that? I'm not a doctor. Part of my intestinal wall has a hole in it. From what I understand, it's pushing the lets that come out. It's not good. The risks of it would be strangulation, which has a 40% mortality rate at 24 hours. Yeah, linguinal means it's right here. So right where all of the movement happens for most of my tricks. So it is a bummer, but it's pretty obvious that it's there. So at least it won't be very hard for a doctor to find it. I'm pretty worried. It is what it is though. Life happens, shit happens. If it's my time, it's my time, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But the cool thing is I get to make skateboards, but unfortunately that's why I didn't go live yesterday. I didn't feel like being on camera. Dealing with all that fun, not so fun, new stuff. But we're gonna get it all taken care of. I don't know how long it's been that way. Obviously, for it to be protruding the way it is, it has to happen for a while probably. But I just worry because I have an extremely high pain tolerance and nerve damage. So we got, yep, found this out 2 days ago. 2 nights ago, actually. So you guys are the first people I'm publicly talking to about this. I don't want to worry anybody, but just want to make people aware of why you're not going to see me as active as I'd like to be. But I'll be back, obviously. I'll still be making boards and stuff. I'll work it out with Sam to make sure that nothing gets behind. But thank you. I appreciate it. Knew you guys would be a good group to talk to about all this. It's been weighing on me since I noticed it. So had a great talk with Tommy this morning about it. But trying not to worry. I'm gonna print these boards today. Go home and take it easy, and then start to get financially prepared to handle it. I've got a great friend named Jesus. I actually got to skate with him the day that I found this, so thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've worked here with a broken leg. Worked here with a dislocated shoulder. I think I'll be all right. That's the good thing, though, of working in a place like this where I can just talk to the boss man about what's going on, and he can even be a part of the decision. I mean, this morning he encouraged me to get it done as soon as possible for my health. So. It's nice working for somebody that prioritizes their employees' health. Because I can tell you, I've worked for some people that didn't. This is looking pretty rad now. All right. Let's see, what else am I going to throw on here? She gets a lorry peeking out of the bottom corner. That's what we'll do. Yep. All right. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I 100% agree with you. I used to do hardscaping while I skated, and had some very severe injuries that they were not very happy about at all. Yeah, That story I tell about why I don't skate razor-tailed boards happened when I was working for a hardscaping company, and they didn't believe that I could have injured myself that bad that I couldn't work. But done with that now. Thankfully. Get the hard roller ready to go. So we can place this well. Oh boy, mine wasn't my tail. I popsicled with razor tail. That's the reason I don't skateboards with razor tail anymore. I'll take slashing my ankle over slashing what I did slash. All right. Great. Got a little lorry peeking up out of the corner there. And we're going to print lorry one more time, and then this board is good to go. A little bit more ink here. What's up, Smokey? Thanks for popping in. But yeah, sorry if I'm not talking too much today. Just got a lot on my mind about that stuff. So, and if I don't do as many lives or and not as talkative as I have been on my previous lives, that would be the reason. It's a little bit mentally preoccupied. Facing dealing with something medical where the thing that you do could kill you really really makes you think. All right. So we were going to take this guy in the other room. Wow. Thank you so much, Quinn. You're rad. You'd like to speak with me? You're right here. You can talk with me right now, my friend. Be right back. I'm gonna set this in the other room. For clear coat. I really like that board. All right, we're gonna move on to the base for my board because I am gonna do it in white. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions you got, my friend. I'm right here. Looks like we're breaking out a new white. Oh, new white ink now. Uh-oh. There it is. Got scared for a minute there. Hey, thank you. That's awesome. You're rad, bud. Let me like that. Good morning, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the base on my board here. And I'm not gonna get too crazy on my own board. Oh, I could be better. Missed any talking about some medical stuff I'm dealing with. But I will be better. So that's the good part of that. Unfortunately, it means I'll probably be taking a break from skating at the level that I was skating at. But getting some things figured out means I'll be able to get back to skating comfortably, safely, and hopefully get it all done before it causes any complications. So, we'll be back to 100% sometime soon. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, this is, we do a lot of lino block prints here because we don't want to pass damage onto the skateboard. And welcome back to skating, man. Lots of people coming back to it. Hey buddy, were you the one that I was talking to yesterday about that? So remember, we're just a board company here. We just handcraft skateboard decks. But let me show you in a second here an example of probably exactly what you're talking about. There was a contest in Detroit a while ago for board makers for making a lowrider board. Sam got second place. That is downstairs, so I'll grab that for you guys in a minute to show you. Yep, I'm doing a few graphics today. They're all Casper collages, kind of taking my time with them. Just finished one for Lillian. The rest are one for me and two for Chuck. Hopefully be sending Chuck to Stoke Run with a big old skateboard for everybody to try. And all right, I'm gonna set this aside here. I'll go ahead and go grab that lowrider board to show you what I'm talking about. But when it comes to actually making shapes and stuff, that would be Sam. Let me grab that real quick. So this is a lowrider Sam made for a contest a long time ago. As you can see, still trucks. They're just raised. Drop through deck. cutouts for the wheels. He redid the axles on the trucks. It's pretty dang cool. But you'd probably just want to look into all the people that have done that lowrider contest. Whew. All right, on to Chuck's board here. And I have the memory of a goldfish, so you guys already know that I have his nose marked on here. And Chuck had a very specific request about what he wanted. You're gonna go with a blue-green double print of the owl with the Butter Bars logo tucked in underneath the truck bed. He wants nothing on the nose and tail. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. Look at that. See, when you don't clean the block off and print on it with some little bit of dried ink, it comes up all splattery like that. I really like that. All right. So let's grab that owl lino block here. And I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different. It's probably right in front of me and I'm having a hard time seeing it. Yep, right here. Again, sorry for the low energy, guys. All right. Yep, it is pretty interesting how he did that. Pretty interesting, that's for sure. I want this to really pop, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll him a background in white for the owl logo, where the owl will kind of pop out of the background a little bit. What's up, Chuck? Chuck, there he is. Chuck, I'm doing something special for your board. You ready? This is the special thing I'm doing for your board. Everybody, make sure you check out Chuck's Instagram. That would be That Garbage Life on Instagram. He's good people. What's up, guys? You sure did. I haven't even started the big boy board for you yet. Always nice when the person you're making the board for gets to watch the board get made. That's what I love about these lives, especially when you guys find them from the lives. Obviously, I've known Chuck for a very, very long time, but really enjoy that. So, Chuck, what I've done here is I have a white rectangle that is just on the border of this owl graphic, and as you know, the owl graphic goes outside of the border, just a little bit on the head and the tail and the talons. So should make it pop out really nicely. And what I'm gonna do with that blue-green is I'm gonna do a fade. As soon as I find the blue and green. And then I think I'm gonna take your idea of the orange on blue for the big boy board. I'm going with like a turquoise blue for you. Grab myself something new to roll this on. And remember guys, I'm not the one that normally does the graphics here. I just really enjoy doing these collages, and especially for my friends. And so there is a collage option from me on the website there. If you select the collage option and put Casper collage in the notes, you'll get a board from with a graphic done by me. It's going all right. It's going all right. I've already talked about some stuff I'm dealing with on here that I'll message you about later. Oh, fuck. Everybody, that's Josiah in the chat there. Josiah has been one of my judges for Remember November. Good friend of mine. Glad we got close because of all that. All right, so as you can see, the fade from blue to green on the block now. So we're gonna set this down right in that ink. Find where I set the hard roller down. If you are unfamiliar with my lives, the majority of them is me going around and looking for what I just set down. When I'm printing ink on top of ink, I like to check it as I pull the block up here, just to make sure it adhered properly. Give it a little more pressure if need be. That's all of us at work, Chuck. You remember working in the shop with me and I can't find like anything if it wasn't in that basket? I sure found the step stool to make sure I set all those boards in the highest rack I could. Woo! I like this. Look at that, Chuck. Pops. All right. So we'll throw the Butter Bars logo on there in the same fade. And then Chuck's getting a basic-ish graphic on this one. What's neat is this is the first lino block I ever carved for Butter Bars. It was way too big for the packaging, and now we get to use it for the boards. I like this green too. Makes it pop really well. Sure wish there was more space on here to make it exactly like what you drew out for me, Chuck. All right, there you are, Chuck. There's your board there. It's gonna make it pop really well once the clear coat's on there. Got you a really light top graphic there. I'm gonna set this in there, let it dry a little bit for clear coat, and we will get on to the next couple of boards here. I think blue-green is gonna clash on red, but this is my board, so let's find out, right? Let's go ahead and put Lori on the bottom edge. Remember, this is my personal board here. How much are they? So it depends on what you get. Basic popsicles with a basic graphic are going to be $75, and then shapes go up from there. You can get the collage option on the website, but if you want to check prices, you can go to lifeskateboard.com. Check all that out. I unfortunately don't have everything memorized. Sorry about that. Get the hard roller ready to go right here. I really love this graphic right here. It's got a beautiful story to it. Lori is our rescue dog that I found it when she was dumped at our local skate park. Sam made the graphic so that we could do a pre-sale order on it and give me more work so I could afford to move, take her in, and take care of her. And she's a crazy one. We love her. But the graphic has the 8 stair from the park that we found her at, and her sitting right there. Those 8 stairs are actually, the 8 stair is actually a memorial now for people that we've lost in the scene. So there's my little Lori right there. I like that. And then we'll go ahead and throw my graphic on the center of it. My graphic was designed by Ben Blakely and based on one of his original art pieces. It is not acrylic paints. These are specific for lino block printing. Speedball makes Speedball lino block printing ink. They also make a lino block printing fabric ink. That's how we can use all of these to also make apparel. So it's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, that'll go right there. I'm going to print it once in white and then come back and double print it. Now the reason we use Lino blocks and not the heat transfer that the majority of the industry uses is for the rant that I'm about to go on. So heat transfers suck. You guys ready for the rant? Heat transfers are what the majority of the industry uses to apply graphics. It's a great way to mass produce photorealistic images, or just really mass produce any image in general. But the process involves, you guessed it, heat. You should see shaping the boards. It's a pretty dang good work. 4 hours. Oh yeah, that was Blake. Never mind. You know. Of course. You guessed it. Heat transfers use heat. What weakens the bond between wood and glue? Heat. So we're not comfortable with passing that damage on to the customer. I don't know why the rest of the industry is, but that's why we do this. Another no-stress graphic application process that some companies use is called screen printing or silk screening. It's great. There is an art to doing so with full board screens. One company that does that really well is Dead End Skateboards. I used to ride for them. In fact, I just went up to Fort Wayne a couple weeks ago and filmed for a video contest that involves Creature. Dead End is at that local indoor. If you guys can for me, go over to Slam City Skate Park's Instagram, follow them, and start watching all the videos that they start putting out from that Power Hour contest. There's going to be some amazing skateboarding. I can't wait to see everybody's. I haven't even seen my own clips, but I'm pretty stoked on what happened. Really like that park too. It's a beautiful indoor park with concrete. Concrete indoor park in the Midwest. That's pretty rad, isn't it? All right, looks good. Yep. Pull this off. And there's that guy right there. This is my signature graphic. You can get this on any board. And after printing it once, I think I'm just going to leave that guy right there and just throw the Life logo up top. Is that big enough? No. We are going to need that rubber top graphic. Here it is. We're going to be using this one here. They're rad. Slam City is great. Thank you. So yeah, this one is the Casper 3.0 shape. I really like it. It's the third one that I've designed. I beefed up the nose a little bit to make crooked grinds a little bit easier. I was struggling when I had a little tiny nose. I rounded off the tail so it still has a 9-inch popsicle shape, but it still kind of fishes out right about here at the back truck bed. It has curves for grabs to feel ergonomic on the center of the rails, and I narrowed it down so that it would fit on the standard press, so it would have a tighter concave. I'm really happy with it. I think this is probably my forever shape. And I am very happy about that. Took me a few attempts to figure out what I liked, but Glad I found it. All right, and there's my board. So this is my rider, my next one, right here. I'm pretty happy with just the white in the center there. Don't think I want to print that again. I'm liking it. All right, so I'm gonna go set this in here, let the clear dry for clear coat, and we will move on to Chuck's board. Now, we just made a board for Chuck, but he was killing it on that gigantic board. So I think he needs to get himself some slappy 13s so that he can properly skate this monster. Look at this thing. This is huge. Huge. Do we have a shape with twin nose? We have a ton of twins. The first one that I did a graphic on is one of our twins, but any of our popsicles, you can make a twin. So then you're just gonna choose whether you want that to be nose or tail based on the length. Nose tends to be longer than the tail, so around, some of them are around like 7. All right. Chuck, you're getting a basic ass top graphic on this thing. And then I might hide my graphic underneath your grip tape. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Chuck, I'm hiding my graphic under your grip tape. You gotta skate on me. Life logo. Oh, for the Casper 3.0? Yeah, I guess we could twin it. That would be a twin knuckle nose. So I would encourage you to look at the double knuckle on our website. I don't know if Sam's ever made that a twin, but I'm sure he could flip the template. So you just have to talk to Sam through the Life Skateboards Instagram to figure that out. I don't cut out the shapes and I don't make the templates. That is all Sam. I'm being selfish here, Chuck. You're gonna be skating on me everywhere. Listen, if I'm gonna be laid up from a surgery sometime soon, I want you to be skating something with my name on it somewhere, even if it's hidden. Okay, yeah, the double knuckle is a fun one. It has that same nose. I took that nose straight from an existing shape that we have. I just added a 4th and 5th knuckle that's very hard to notice unless you're the one skating it. Again, this is going underneath Chuck's grip tape. I'm just being a smart ass to Chuck. Do we have a cool skate park where we live? No. We have a lot of them. Major Taylor's just broke ground on an expansion off of 65. My local park is Lawrence. You can check that out. It is absolutely beautiful. We had a really cool paint project maybe a year and a half ago where the whole graffiti community came out. The city paid for paint. We put down base coats and they did their thing and it's beautiful. Look up Lawrence Skate Park in Indiana. It's Lawrence, Indiana. It's located inside a community park. We've got a hunger park called Willard on the south side. We've got Arsenal is a city-approved DIY that's definitely going to stay there. Zionsville has a skate park. Northside has Dillon, Carmel. We got Newcastle. Greenfield is getting a skate park. Right now, I would not call the prefab stuff they have there, I would not confidently call that a skate park. It's just kind of where somebody is storing the ramps. Just kidding. I'm sorry, Greenfield. Don't get mad at me again. I reviewed their park several years ago, and they shut it down for a few days to make repairs. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that to you. All right. There you go, Chuck. I'm underneath your graphic now. Alrighty. Now, Chuck had the bright idea that there should be orange and blue on this because it pops really well. So we're going to go ahead with his suggestion and do some orange and blue on here. Now, what I want to do, I think, is double print a pretty big graphic. With a nice fat orange stripe up it. Of course, got some crap under the tape. Dang, I am just having awful luck with this tape today. Sorry, Sam. We are 20 minutes east of Indianapolis in New Pal. I live in Lawrence, which is a municipality of Indianapolis. Been in Indianapolis my whole life. If they ever find me, it's going to be real easy to figure out where I'm from. All right, we got a 2-inch gap on that side. Dang, Casper. Not to pat my own back here, but I'm pretty dang good at eyeballing stuff. All right, let's see if I can find, yep, got some construction orange here for Chuck. Now before I just want to confirm. All right. Using all the all the rollers today. Now Chuck just really wanted this one to pop. No. Indiana, my friend. Oh, I missed that one. Rochester, yeah, we definitely need to. We're, like I said, I'm going to have to take a break from everything for a bit here besides work in the next few weeks, which is going to probably limit my ability to take trips like I want to, but we are supposed to go out to Pennsylvania, to the castle at some point again. And I know Bam likes to skate in Rochester, so we'll probably end up in Rochester. I hope. I've never been to New York. I'd love to go. Yep. Orange boards are so in right now, and you know Chuck Bennett is big on caring about what's in and what's not. Nah, Chuck told me he saw a piece that just popped from a distance where it was a light blue and an orange. He thought that would be a smart idea for a giant skateboard anyway. Just kind of smoothing out that texture because I am going to place a block on top of it. Ooh, yep, 3 fresh parks and street spot sounds great. We got Luke for the parks, me for the parks, and Chuck for the streets. And then Chuck has been getting me to skate street again, so. And Justin. Huge shout out to Justin, Tommy, Brandon Palmer, and Charlie Six for getting me out to skate street again. You guys are rad. All right. I have a plan. I'm gonna try to make it work. Yeah, I've just been taking care of a skate park, so it's kind of kept me there a lot. What I'm hoping is after I'm finished figuring out this medical stuff, yeah, there we go. Once I figure out this medical stuff, I'm gonna be able to build my pop back up and get back to street skating a little more consistently. All right, well, that sounds like Chuck already has the trip planned out, guys. Sweet. What does Chuck get? Making decisions here for Chuck. You're just getting a bunch of Life logos on it, all right, Chuck? He didn't die. He just beat death one more. He just beat life one more time. The Bruce Lee rematch is gonna be insane, isn't it? I'm sorry, I shouldn't make any jokes. Would he have wanted us to make Chuck Norris jokes? I think he probably would have wanted us to make Chuck Norris jokes, don't you guys? I'll say it now. If I die, remember me with humor. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Oh yeah, butter bars. I know you can't see that one very well, Chuck, but this is all a base print here. All right. I'm gonna do a big base print in this orange, and then come back over everything with that blue. Probably have another graphic popping out right over there as well. All right, one more little logo down at the bottom here. Go with the new Life logo. Hope you're having a great day too. Thanks for tuning in to watch this. I got a question for you. Is there a skate scene there at all? And if so, what's it like? I really like hearing about other countries' skate scenes. There was a guy from Russia in here a couple days ago that started talking to me through Instagram about stuff like that. His name was Alex. Wait a minute. Did I not notice you popping in here, Alex? Did I miss that earlier? I did. What's up, Alex? I completely missed that was you. See, I love hearing about that stuff. Thanks for coming back, Alex. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you got to catch these this graphic application live here, because I don't normally do these live. Because as you can see, I'm more of a figure it out as I go kind of artist when it comes to doing any type of art. So when it comes to using other people's art, I want to be real, I don't know, I want to be flowy, kind of change my mind as I print, which is why a Casper collage is a little more unique than your normal collage. Some people don't enjoy that, and that's fine. All right. Now we're going to fill this space right here. Chuck, you're here. If you're still here, Chuck, I'm going to give you a second. How do you feel about the Barney Fife graphic? That would be this guy right here. I wish we had a turtle for you, but this guy right here, little punk Barney Fife. No, definitely. I mean, so there have been like very specific lino blocks that have been carved for certain things, like people's weddings, a memorial piece. Obviously, those don't work for other things, but and then we do have some graphics that we don't tend to put out there that we do for some very special people. I'm not even sure if I'm going to show you guys those. But Team Dominion gets those, but not really. It's pretty expensive to get these commissioned. So, Chuck, you're not here. I'm moving with it. All right. If he doesn't like Barney Fife, I am only going to whistle the Andy Griffith theme song while we're on trips, and that's it forever. All right, there he is. All right, I was gonna say. Oh, I might get copyright striked for that. I don't want to do that. I didn't think we had this orange ink when we were talking yesterday, Chuck. So I'm glad we do. It's pretty thick, which oddly enough applies thin when you're rolling it. So taking my time to make sure this will get printed clean. And then, like I said, we are going to come back and double print everything with this bright blue right here. Life logo right underneath the truck bed. There's old Barney right there. Rest in peace, bud. That's awesome. We use Lino block printing ink from Speedball. So this is Lino block ink here because heat transfers ruin skateboards. Hey, you popped on here. You're the guy that commented about being in Indiana. I don't even need to read comments anymore. What part of Indiana are you in, bud? I saw you had some shorts on Lake Michigan, so I'm assuming like northwest corner of Indiana, probably. Up by like where Jet Black is, or was. Like Hammond area. Crown Point, awesome. That's where, that's near where, is that near Hammond? Elkhart, wow. Well, guys, you're watching some skateboards made right in your backyard. Awesome, so then Jeff Zielinski's in your area. So you got some people to skate with. You can go down to, come down to Indy. Majors is getting a remodel right now. Oh, Chuck, you might not get a double print on the Barney Fife part. I'm gonna double print everything else besides Barney Fife on here. All right, so that's gonna be blue, 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 and blue, and then orange for Barney Fife, because I like that. Yeah, Jeff's rad. Jeff is rad. He helped me out with my layback airs a lot. He's good people. That's for sure. I have one clean roller left and one color to do, so looks like this is working out great. I saw that park in Crown Point. I've been trying to make it up there, but did not. Jeff was trying to get me to come to that opening, and I just was not free to do so. This is a giant roller here, so we are gonna knock out several of these prints at the same time. I'm going to offset this print just slightly. I'm going to try to offset them all down. Make that a little cleaner there. I like that. That pops. Got a new buck knife graphic. Goochland, Virginia. Let's see. That's all just going to depend on our route when we go out to Pennsylvania and what we just learned as a part of our trip, New York. So we're going to make stuff happen. I'm doing some stuff to, I'm having some health issues that I'm going to have to address with surgery here soon. And I'm hoping after I'm recovered from that, I'll be a lot more consistent with taking trips, being able to skate every day again without discomfort, and getting back to progressing without hurting myself. So I'll as soon as I'm doing that, I'm sure I will be itching to take a trip. I'm a little bummed that I'm probably going to have to bail on a trip that we planned for next weekend. Like that. Made a little speckly. All right, butter bars now. That's rad. That is rad. I'm sure you got some great spots for that in New York. I bet it's fun to fly through foot traffic on inlines. I've never rode them, but say never. Probably long time ago. Butter Bars logo's on there. Now, just need that Life top graphic, and this guy's good to go. Pops real well with the Life graphics. Not much, Angel. What are you up to? I bet. Get broke off in that traffic. I don't know. I really like foot traffic. Like the majority of the time when over the last few years when I'm going street skating, I'm just flying through foot traffic, hitting spots on my way through. Oh, it says Mayhem on his hat badge. So it's a punk Barney Fife. If you go look up the Andy Griffith Show, it's an old show about a small town called Mayberry where Fife was the local sheriff. Is it deputy sheriff? I don't remember. Silly guy. Very iconic character. All right. And there you go, Chuck. Your big old board is nice, bright orange and blue. Just for you. Look at that. And there you go. Deputy Sheriff. It's been a long time, and I've hit my head a lot of times. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this in here. I might be flipping the boards over to get a clear coat going before I leave, but I am gonna get out of here soon. Kind of mentally prepare for the next few weeks here. But all right, guys. So those are some collage graphics. Yep, nice and simple and clean. But remember, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. If you want to support in any way, just go there. You give me more work. You can get some of these Days with Casper beanies. This is not one of them. They're the black beanies that say "Get a Life, Days with Casper" on them. And you can get those on the Life Skateboards website. If I do end up having to take a little break from skating, because I definitely will, when I have to schedule this surgery. There's other ways to support as well. You can buy those hats directly, and obviously keep buying Life Skateboards. I'm going to work it out with Sam, so there's not much of a break in working here, and I'll still be working as quickly as I can in recovery. I'm honestly probably going to hold off until the public session that we're hosting in Muncie. Make sure that that doesn't get interfered with, because I don't want to ruin some people's time. I think I'll survive till then. But you guys have a great day. Go get yourself a life, and go skate for me, because I'm going to be taking it easy today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.